Part 2.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. And some of you are coming in the middle of a 5-part series. I grew up stuttering. Unlike a Janet, I knew that I was not a good public speaker. I didn't have a chance to anyway, until I joined Toastmasters. But part of that, I wanted to gain something that I didn't grow up with, speaking fluently. When I first heard about the idea of affirmations, I might well have made my affirmation, I will not stutter. And for those of you who were here for my last presentation, perhaps you remember that it cannot be in the negative. So, as I learned, I might have changed that around to, I will speak fluently and confidently. Now, I later learned there's a problem with that. It is in the future tense, and it doesn't set up this kind of contrast with the present, which I need. So I would have ended up with, and this is a good affirmation, I speak confidently and fluently. The only problem is, as in the introduction mentioned, it seems like our internal guidance system comes with a security guard that says, I know that's not the case, you do not speak confidently and fluently, you stutter, and I'm going to make sure that the status quo is maintained. So my task, my challenge, is how to get around this, as it were, security guard. I mentioned in an earlier speech that if we want to make changes, what we really have to deal with, well, James Allen talked about it a little bit in his book, As a Man Thinketh. About 2 decades ago, somebody said that, you know, that needs to be updated, the title needs to be changed, it needs to be gender-neutral language. And he, got a guy named Mark Allen, who's no relation, updated it to As You Think. The idea is, as you think, so you are. Also mentioned under this book that we behave in a way that is consistent with our internal self-image. So for me, what I needed to do is change my internal self-image to one who speaks confidently and fluently. That's a big challenge. I also mentioned this audio set, The Strangest Secret, which Earl Nightingale brought out in 1955. And the secret is, we become what we think about, or somebody tagged on once, all day long. We become what we think about. So I needed to change what I think about. And that's pretty hard for a stutterer to think about anything other than I know than the stuttering. About 2 years ago, I came across a website that had at least part of the answer. And I had planned on making a copy of that website page and having it as handouts, but it's not there anymore. But the concept is on power words. Okay? I said that my security guard over here, here's my statement, my affirmation. I speak confidently and fluently, and he says, nobody, I know that's not true. So I want to get around him. So I come up with, I use a power word, such as confidence, fluency, and perhaps I paste that on my bathroom mirror, put it up by my computer, or whatever, where I see that word over and over and over, and it gradually sinks in, slowly changes, helps me change the image that I have of myself, helps me change what I think about, and I've got a better chance of actually achieving that affirmation I speak confidently and fluently. How could this apply for you? Maybe what you would like is abundance. And any kind of affirmation about, I live in abundance, and especially if you aren't quite there yet, that kind of contrast sets up a, oh no, I know that's not true, you've got to be kidding me. I'm not going to let you tamper with the programming on this guidance system. So I'll ask you, what kind of power word would you or might you use? One word. Abundance. Write it out. Perhaps put it in a greeting for your computer. Good morning, think of abundance. And so, and if you can think about that over and over and over throughout the day, you are doing what I said that in this program talked about. We become what we think about all day long. And if we want to think about speaking confidently and fluently, as I said I did, I've got to basically think that way all day long. Not about the fact that I stutter. I've got to think about what I want to become. And I've got to bring that in some way into the present and incorporate that in a way so that it becomes part of my self-image. Because once I do that, it's easy. I behave in a way that's consistent with my self-image. Merry Christmas.